Hey guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Blair. Welcome to my beauty space. So today I am serving you a giant Ulta haul. I might need to split this into two parts because I do have a lot of stuff to share, but also disclaimer, this is not just a one-time haul. I took advantage of a lot of sales, sometimes buy one get one free, sometimes like special discounts, and then I also have my 20% coupon. So it's like a combination of all those events happening that I accumulated all the stuff. So yeah, I just want to share with you guys at one go, or maybe two go in this case. So yeah, if you're interested in what I got from Ulta, just please keep watching. Alright, so the first item I got is an eyeshadow palette that I actually really want to try. So it is from Jet Cat Beauty. It is called Hollywood. So this is a 24 eyeshadow palette. And what drew me in is the color scheme in this palette. I just really love like a colorful eyeshadow palette, especially for the Halloween time, because I'm not sure what kind of makeup I want to go with my costume, all that kind of stuff. So I'd love to have a bunch of varieties when I'm doing my makeup. So what's better way to buy an eyeshadow palette that's already affordable, and I believe this was on sale when I got it. So yeah, I just felt like it's a good time to snatch up a colorful eyeshadow palette. So let me open it up for you guys. So here is the inside looks like. I love that they wrap it really well with all the bubble wrap, because some palettes, you know, it came shattered. For example, my Milani Gilded palette, I bought it 3 times and it came shattered 3 times. I'm wondering if it's from the same shipment. I don't know, but it came shattered. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So I'm glad that this palette probably came pretty nicely, hence the bubble wrap. So let's see. But yeah, this came perfectly. So this is a color scheme looks like. Look how beautiful. It does come with a separator, so that's nice. And yeah, I just love these colors. This palette gives me a very like similar Morphe vibe. I believe this probably is also like kind of private labeling. I love it. I felt like there should be options in the market, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone can afford high-end. Sometimes people can afford high-end, but they don't want to pay that extra money because, for example, those colorful eyeshadow colors, how many times are you gonna use like out of a year? I feel like it's only during special occasions, so it's not really like, you know, necessary to spend a bunch of money on stuff that you barely use. So I feel like this kind of brand or this kind of eyeshadow products came in at a very specific niche, so I think that's really good. And I just love the fact that it's really like big pen. I think this is bigger than the Morphe's, but the Morphe's also have bigger pens, but I feel like in terms of the format it's very similar. And these are, I think, half and half, so half of the shadows are matte and half are shimmer, which is really nice because you always need a matte base. So I love the fact that a palette can just, you know, afford me to create a full look in one go. I don't need to go back and forth with different palette. So I really love it, and I cannot wait to try it. So stay tuned. I'm probably going to do a tutorial using this palette, so yeah, definitely stay tuned. Moving on, the next palette is also kind of like an eyeshadow palette. It's more like a variety palette. So it is from BH Cosmetics. It's the Desert Oasis palette. So when I saw this a while ago at Ulta, they were like sold at the checkout. And I love it, but at the same time I was like, oh, these colors are kind of for the summer, I'm not sure. But then this palette was on sale. I believe it's half off, so I'm like, yes. Now that gives me enough motivation to buy it. So I got the palette, and this is what it looks like. It just have like that desert kind of like a vibe, so I really love it. So once you open it up, here is the palette. So for this palette, what really attracts me besides the price point was like the fact that they have some face powders. I just think that's really nice. I love BH Cosmetics. I think they're a really good company. I really love like their products. I think they're very good but also very affordable, so I'm always supporting them. And when I saw all these shimmer colors, especially around here, like the face, you know, products, I'm like, yes, I really want to try it because I know their stuff is good. For example, this highlight, which is a shade right here, it's super pigmented. Look at that. That's very pigmented. And then we also have this heat haze, so it's like this. I love it. I think it is so beautiful. And then we have Mirage. So it's this kind of like a, I don't know, like a gold, kind of like a bronze color, but it's not super bronze. I feel like it's perfect if you have that medium skin tone, like a medium beige or medium dark. I feel like this kind of color will be really good. And also, let me swatch the blue color, because I know that this color is more for like summer, but I still feel like even in winter time, especially when you're wearing kind of like gray or black like coats and stuff, I feel like a pop of blue will be really like, you know, the icing on the cake for your outfit, and really like brighten up your whole style. That's how I feel. So yeah, that's why I bought it, and I really want to try it out. So I for sure will do a tutorial or any kind of review on this one, so definitely keep an eye on that. Moving on, the next eyeshadow palette I got is from Makeup Revolution. So this is the new Sophie X Makeup Revolution Extra Spicy palette. So I have her first collaboration with Makeup Revolution. I absolutely love it. I haven't got a chance to feature on my channel yet, but I am working on, you know, get them featured, because I think they're a really good palette at a very affordable price. So when she came with collaboration number 2, I'm like, yes, I just have to get it because of the price point, because of the, you know, the first palette was being so good. I was like, yeah, I just really want it. And also this one, she has a whole like mirror kind of packaging. I think that's super dope. And once you open it up, here are the shade. Look how beautiful. This is such a good fall winter palette, because there are a variety of the deeper purple brownish shade, but on the same time you have like the pop of color right there. You have some, you know, yellow colors, but you also have mustard colors. So it's very easy to create a very like complete look. I just felt like this is such a beautiful shade, and even those kind of like darker kind of brown shade are really nice. And the camera do wash off a little bit, so it's actually a little bit darker in person in my opinion. And I also really love this bright red shade. I love Huda Beauty's Rose Gold palette when it first came out, the old version, because of the red shade. Because I just felt like people don't usually put a red in an eyeshadow palette, but I think as soon as they do, it just makes the whole palette standing out. That's my opinion, so I just really love it. I think this is such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I am 100% will do a tutorial on this palette, so definitely keep an eye on it. Or I can even use this one and her first Sophie X eyeshadow palette to do kind of like a comparison, or kind of like, you know, just using two palettes together just to see, and also give you guys like a comparison review. I feel like that will be a really good video, and I'm going to do that. So yeah, this is the next eyeshadow palette that I got. Moving on, the next eyeshadow palette I got is another one from Makeup Revolution. I forgot exactly what's the promotion, but I believe Makeup Revolution is buy one get one 50% off. So that's why I got a second one, but also I really love this one, and this one is only $7. So this is the second eyeshadow palette that I got from Makeup Revolution. So it is the Reloaded Visionary eyeshadow palette. I just love these purple colors. I feel like for the fall, those are the colors, you know, that's perfect for the fall. Like a purple, kind of like darker blue. And the fact that they all have like shimmery purple, I think that's really nice. Because I do have the Norvina palette. I don't think the shimmer there is lighter, like a lavender or like a violet color. So I feel like those kind of colors are just so beautiful. And this is only $7. So it's like, you know, I love those kind of format. I know that people kind of criticize Makeup Revolution for kind of replica Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I agree 100%. They have like a red one looks just like Modern Renaissance. They have kind of like an army green one looks just like Subculture. I don't think they have one looks like Soft Glam, but I can be wrong. But I also felt like there's nothing really wrong with that, because not everybody can afford Anastasia. I feel like, I don't know, like I felt like if you're really like a fan of a brand, you will buy it anyway. So if you're not buying it, why not just buy something you still like, but then at a cheaper price? So I don't think it's like a loss on the brand's side, but I think that's up debatable. So definitely like If you have any thoughts, just leave it down below, but keep it civil, please. Like, I don't want any kind of like really nasty exchange in my channel. I want to keep it very civil, everyone just have fun. But yeah, just let me know, what do you think? But I tried their Reloaded palette in the past. I really love it, especially I feel like the mattes are really good, and the shimmers are pretty good too as far as swatches go. And then you know that with shimmer, I always use my finger, so I feel like if it swatches good on my hand, it should be really good on my eyelid. So we shall see. And who knows, I might collect the other ones that's similar to Anastasia and then do kind of like a dupe tutorial. Will that be a fun idea? Or I can just do, you know, I don't know, using the look itself, don't have to compare with Anastasia. So yeah, just let me know if that's a good idea. Will you watch it? Because if you do, I'll totally do it. Alright, so moving on, the next palette I got is from Morphe. So how can I not get a Morphe palette when I'm shopping at Ulta? I believe I used my 20% coupon for this one. So first off, I love the wrap. I feel like now the brands are really taking notes and really like upgrading their packagings and their shipping method just to make sure the makeups are, you know, safe and sound, which is really nice. And what drew me in this palette is that, first of all, I love their new packaging. I think their rebranding is really cool. I feel like it makes it more professional versus before. I don't know, like, I still feel like it's kind of like an indie brand, but now I feel like it's more professional for sure. Oh, this is the 8W blush palette, and once you open it up, here are the colors. I just love, you know, a palette like this because I feel like those are super wearable shades, especially for my skin tone, because you know, I buy it for myself. So Morphe has a lot of different palettes, so you can definitely find ones that, you know, suitable for your skin tone. But if you have similar skin tone as mine, I feel like this will be really good because all the contours are not too light but also not too dark. And the darkest shade here is this pop of orangey blush, but I feel like you can still use it, especially if you use a light hand, or even if you don't, you know, use a light hand, you can always use a big like powder brush to buff the excess off once you're done with the blush, which will be really natural. So I just really love it. Let's swatch it. So let's swatch this Provocative. The name is very fitting, don't you think? So let's swatch it right here. I think it's good. It looks really good. And let's do Beat. So this is Beat right here. Let's do it. So wow, that's pretty. And I feel like the formula, they definitely improve on the formula because it feels really soft and it feels really finely milled. And let's try Unapologetic. It just feels really nice. And keep in mind, I don't have an affiliate link with Morphe. I don't have any relationship with Morphe, so this is my independent opinion, but I really think this is a good palette. So yeah, I will definitely using this one in my tutorials because it's just a really versatile palette. I feel like it covers a lot of shade, and even if you want to do like a really light blush, this just got you all covered up. So I think it's really good, and I'm so happy that I got this one. Alright, moving on, the next eyeshadow palette I am super excited about. I have been waiting for this forever. So it is the Maybelline Soda Pop eyeshadow palette. So there she is. Look how pretty. I love the Lemonade's eyeshadow palette. I think it's so beautiful. It's so creative. I just felt like, you know, it's something like young and fun. Like, not saying that Maybelline is not young and fun, but I felt like their products are very like same in certain ways. Like they have different lines, but the packaging are the same, kind of creative concepts are same, but this I feel like it's jumping out of the box. So I just think it's just so much fun. So yeah, let's just see. They have so many beautiful shades, and also as the last one, they also have some shades that I feel like you can use as a highlight or just like a pop of eyeshadow. For example, this is called Soda Face. How pretty is that shade? That's the third one at the bottom. And you also have that reflective sheen to it, which is just amazing. Then we also have the color Grape Pop right here. So that's definitely like a violet shade as well. But this is definitely more kind of like a half shimmer, half matte. I don't think it's completely shimmer, but also I don't think it's completely matte. So it's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe. Let me know But this is so beautiful. Like I can totally see myself using this color. Like they also have tutorials back. It's also one good thing about Maybelline is that they always have tutorial, even though I never followed it. But I feel like if you're a makeup newbie or you just want some kind of inspiration, it's always nice that, you know, they lay it out for you. It's just make it very easy for you to apply. So for me, I'm probably going to use like the neutral shades, but then I'm definitely going to use this pop-up color. And then I'm going to smudge out my lash line using the darker purple. So it will be the cherry on top. How beautiful is this shade right here? So this is right here. Look at that. I just think it's so beautiful. So yeah, I absolutely adore this palette. I cannot wait to play around with it. And this actually reminds me a little bit of the Makeup Revolution. But as you guys can see, they're very different. This is definitely more like cool tone muted colors. These are definitely more pop of colors. So I felt like this can be like a good, you know, combo when you do any kind of purple look. So stay tuned. I am definitely doing a tutorial using this one. I feel like there are so many contents coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one good thing about buying new makeup is that you have new content. So I love that. But also I love new makeup. It's just that simple. So yeah, moving on. Alright, moving on. The next eyeshadow palette that I got is from Mallywood. So this is their eyeshadow palette. I got this half off. That's why I got it, because I love her stuff, but sometimes I just felt like, you know, like I don't love it enough to pay full price. So when she has 50% off, I'm like, yes, I just have to have it. So this is the Mallywood limited edition spring palette. In the back it says that welcome to my world, as we like to call it, Mallywood. So she loves all things fierce, fun, fabulous, and of course pink. So yeah, I just think the pink is so pretty. I just can't get over how beautiful this palette is. It just looks so beautiful. I love it. Alright, so once you open it up, here is the inside looks like. And here you have the palette. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And that's the inside looks like. Look at the glitters. Like I literally buy for the sake of the packaging, but also one of the shades right here, like in my Ulta, like where I always go, like I always look at this palette, I always swatch it. I just felt like, oh my gosh, so beautiful. But then I think it's almost $30. I'm like, do I want to spend $30 on this? Like I'm like, then now it's half off, so it's like $15. I'm like, yes. So the shade that everybody was swatching was this Loving shade, because it's like a special formula. So let me swatch it. Ooh, it feels really, really nice. So it's kind of like a wet formula, you know, like those kind of really wet but like really pigmented eyeshadows. So I just felt like this is such like a good, you know, cute palette. Kind of reminds me of the Too Faced older palette, like the smaller ones. But they also have like two shades that's like for face. So let's try the first highlight. Ooh, so this is definitely more on the matte side, but wow, that's really pigmented. Look at the color, like that's so pigmented. And then let's swatch the contour. So here is the contour looks like. So here is a shade. It looks really, really good. Oh yeah, I just love it. And I love all the gold glitter. It's definitely very Hollywood. Even the name, like this one called Fabulous, which is like a beautiful salmon pink color, which is so pretty. Let me show you. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it so much. I'm just like, oh my god, I just have to have it. Moving on, of course I have to get a highlighting trio from Mallywood as well, because I just love her stuff. So when it's like 50% off, I'm like, what I'm waiting for, you know what I'm saying? So here is the inside looks like. It's from the same spring collection line. And I understand why she's trying to do a sale, because, you know, fall, winter is coming. So new year, new design will come. So it's a good time to go on sale. So here are the three shades. This kind of reminds me of the Rimmel London, like the 3-shade like concealer palette. But these are highlighters. So we have soft, we have medium, then we have strong. So these shades are named after like the intensity of the colors. So the first one, soft. Ooh, it's definitely more like a wet kind of formula. This looks really nice. Can you see that? Especially if you're working, like if you go to pretty professional, you know, workplace, I feel like those will be better than like the blinding highlighter that I'm wearing today. which, you know, I mean, to each your own blending highlighter. But I know that if you go to office, I don't know if it will be appropriate. So I feel like this will be like a toned down version. Like you still want your makeup look bang, but then you still look like office appropriate. So this is kind of the second shade, which is a medium. So this is definitely a powder, have the gold sheen to it. And then lastly, we have strong. So this is also a powder. And I feel like this have like a white gold to it. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I just feel like this whole trio is just so beautiful. It just looks so amazing. I just love it so much. I think it's so cute. So I'm so happy that I got it while it's on sale. Alright, moving on, the next palette I got is from Catrice. So it's the California in a Box bronzer and blush palette. So this is what it looks like. When I saw this picture like online, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want it. So when I have the 20% off, I bought it. And I am really happy with these colors. So I have already swatched a little bit myself, and I love the pigmentation, including the highlight. I feel like the highlight, nowadays everybody have banging highlight, and I feel like, you know, they're all kind of similar. So you definitely don't need to have all of the stuff that I just showed you, but as I am a makeup hoarder, I just need those. So then we also have this orangey kind of a salmon shade, which is so beautiful. It's like this. So it's just like a beautiful orangey shade. Then we also have this kind of like a darker pink kind of a shade, which is so cute. I feel like those two shades are kind of similar, if you guys can see, especially the second one wasn't showing. So let me just put a little bit more. So yeah, those are the colors, and they're so cute. I felt like if you don't have, you know, like a palette like this will be really travel friendly, because when you travel, you don't want to bring all the little things and then they might get lost. So I feel like one palette will do. But if you already have a bunch of blush or bronzer, I don't think you really need it unless you like it. Because for me, I feel like Catrice is a really good brand and I really love it. And also this has like the special effect top coat, got me really intrigued. That's why I bought it. So I'm just like, you know what, I really want to try it, and then that's what I got. Alright, so I feel like that's enough. Like I showed you guys a lot. I don't want this video to be too long. So this is the part one. These are all the palettes, because I want to show all the palettes in one go. Actually, I have 2 more palettes, but I just want to save it for the next video. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for my next video, because all the stuff that I'm gonna show is just as interesting as this part one. That's it for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.